Welcome to Live Chat. I'm the 90s artist Apex Divine, founding father of Intervision Podcast World Academy. Um, this is like a test run. I'm going through testing, preparing for third eye vision. Third eye vision movement. Third eye vision movement comes to you by Intervision Podcast World Academy. And that is the launch pad. And basically, this forum is just to discuss genocide awareness for the month of April and reach out to some of the young aspiring artists, indie artists around the world. I started out as in the entertainment business as a dancer, went on to be a singer, to be signed to a production agreement with Clarence Avant, the music mogul, the Black Godfather, on Netflix, but under the name Too Close. Signed to Taboo A&M Records. Later signed over to Motown Records, but the album was unreleased. Salute. The 90s was a whole different animal. It was a whole different. I'm doing good, John. It was a whole different animal. You know, first of all, you had to know the right person to get into the business. You weren't just popping up and recording stuff on your phone like now and going viral in 48 hours. That was unheard of. But we studied the business. I studied under Michael Bivins from New Edition, Ralph Tresvant, Bobby Brown. And Michael Bivins was like the brain in NE. I clung close to Michael Bivins and learned a lot from Michael Bivins. But of course, every member of New Edition taught me a lot. Salute. Michael Bivins, our manager, Marvelous McIntyre, Marvelous Entertainment, Calvin, Big Cal, Brooke Payne, Ralph Tresvant, Bobby Brown, Johnny Gill, and Ronnie DeVoe, Ricky Bell. At that time, they were really hot. You know, everybody, from our culture knew exactly who New Edition was. And if you was a black male growing up, you were trying to emulate what you saw them doing on their music videos. You know, it was hot, very popular, and they were the top of the food chain. Wasn't too many groups that was bigger than New Edition or had a live show to compete. So Brooke Payne ended up coming over. We worked with his office on our first video, So What? I had the opportunity to work with our manager, Marvelous McIntyre, who was the road manager for Biv 10 and ABC, Michael Bivins at Motown. So it was a lot of perks that came along with that, but it was already manifested right here. And that's something that we're going to talk about later on in Third Eye Vision, a movement. We want to discuss the powers that we possess as humans on this earth plane. And I think it's important for the indie artists today to be aware of the powers that exist. And I see a lot of them really overlook it and they think it's a game. You know, they don't really take it serious. You don't have to be religious to understand that we are human beings living a spiritual experience. And words have power. Tupac and Biggie Smalls gave us a little taste of the first examples of that. But it goes even bigger than that. You know, so many artists, rap artists today, they're very talented. They get the opportunity, they blow up, making millions of dollars. And like overnight, they become a hit success. That's exciting. But one thing that the indie artists don't anticipate is their words having any life or validity to it to impact anybody other than their listeners. Um, I'm here to tell you as a witness. I've been around some of the hottest in the business. I work with some of the hottest producers in the business. Um, from Fame Flame, Kenya Fame Flame Miller, who produced Noriega, Too Short, LL Cool J, Foxy Brown, just to name a few, DMX, Drew Hill. He's huge. He got a string of hits on Universal's catalog. And he still got it. He was like a brother to me, but I got my feet wet under their leadership. And Clarence Avant, who had already laid the footwork and the groundwork for entertainers to get their start in the business. And it was an amazing experience. First of all, to leave Atlanta, Georgia, we sung live at Piedmont Park. 2 days later, 48 hours later, we was flying to LA, and I met one of the most powerfulest men in the music business, Clarence Avant, the Black Godfather, on Netflix. He hung out with Quincy Jones, that was his man. But Isaac Hayes, same accolades. But Clarence was kind of different. Clarence didn't just do entertainment and music. He dealt with actors and athletes. He dealt with clothing lines, all type of entities that linked into, weaved and intertwined with entertainment. And it kind of piggybacked on each other. He knew how to connect all the dots and it made sense. He could listen to an artist or producer and they could explain what they're trying to do. The next thing you know, the rest is history. Clarence had that gift. So it was a blessing and a gift for me to work with him and to have him be the executive producer over our first album, More to a Man. We were three young men from Decatur, Georgia. We ate, sleep, and drink the music business. That's all we did. We burned little trees, and we worked out religiously, though. Very dedicated to our workout and eating right and doing the things that was necessary to be the best. I went by the name Apex. There was another member in the group named Marcus Jones. He went by Dance. He was basically a choreographer. He was good at choreographing dance moves and then performing on either side of the stage. Like if one of us had an injury or something and had to change up the stage, he could switch to either side. He could do the same dance moves on the right side of the stage as on the left. And that can pose a problem when you're dancing on stage because things you're doing with the left, you stick your left arm out, your left leg out, and you come around and you spin. You got to spin to the inside. Well, on the right side, you got to come out with that right arm, that right leg, and spin in from the right side. You got to do it in time. You got to do it in time with the beat and in sync with the group. Dance was good at that. Um, Che, Charles Stevens, um, he he was exceptionally well at vocals. He was the lead vocalist of Too Close. Although we all got a chance to lead and stuff like that. So it was a beautiful and beautiful experience. I wouldn't change a thing. Um, Hold on one second. Hey, hey, hey. You're a little loud. You're a little loud. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. I'm live. We'll try to sleep through without thank you. You look good though. Yeah. I like the way you light up there and everything. Yeah, Marie. Yeah, very good. All right. All right. Now where were we? Basically, the whole month of April, um, I want to focus on Third Eye Vision movement, and that's basically touching on genocide awareness the whole month. I think it's important for the young indie artists to understand their power. When I was young, I didn't understand my power, you know, and I think that's where they at. They just take it for granted. You say what they want to say. But I caught on real quick because when you say something on a record and you go through those cities, you're going to run across the person you were talking about on the record. Whether it's a Blood, a Crip, or whatever, GD, whatever you spoke about, you're going to be face to face with that individual or someone affiliated with that individual. That's going to let you know. That's a pitfall, especially for the urban community, because we just like to blurt out things, and we're very emotional. We express our feelings, and and when somebody says something in the tabloids, we gotta address it right then. So some of those things, the indie artists gotta learn to let it roll off their back, and don't even talk about it. You know what I mean? You gotta think. You gotta use your head to survive because it's big, but it's small. And people, they say everybody is 6 degrees of separation. And I learned that in the entertainment business. It's true. It was amazing how fast I could say something about somebody and you right there in front of them a few days later. So I think that young indie artists are really aware that they get success so fast and it all comes so fast. And they just bringing their nature out from what they learn in the hood or their neighborhood or their gang or whatever their affiliation. But I think we're going too far when we just keep bringing these things over and over into our careers and our lives. We get blessed with opportunities, sort of like being a pro athlete. You get the opportunity to live your dream and to do your music or your craft. We need to be disciplined and pray and meditate on that and work towards our goal. Take it seriously. Don't blow it off, and don't take everything like it's lightly, because it could be very serious. You got people that's in the music industry, but you got people that's in the drug game and are hustlers on the streets that are inside the entertainment business too. and they're affiliated with certain celebrities too. And people have their opinions of everything going on, and they let people know, and information get passed around all kind of ways, but it gets sliced and diced by the listener. So I just like to encourage the young indie artists that are rappers to be, watch what you say. Think before you speak on these records. Um, be cautious of who you point your finger at. Don't try to emulate 50 Cent. Don't try to emulate the gangsters from your neighborhood if you're not gangster. Don't try to be somebody that you're not. Be your authentic self. We losing too many of y'all, man. You get one hit record, usually they dead by the second. Before they get the second mix CD out. My nephew was Doe B, Hustle Gang's rising star from Alabama, Montgomery. Um, his father was my best friend. We were brothers. Kenny Papado Aaron. He's a producer, songwriter, engineer. He does a little bit of it all. When I met him, he was straight hustler. Whatever he could do to get on tour, he did it. And he was true to it. Very dedicated. And that rolled over to Doe B. Doe B was his dad, jumping on the road with TLC, jumping on the road with, Silk Times Leather, jumping on the road with Pebbles, whoever he can get on. He told his son what he was doing, and he saw it. So that drew an interest, like with my son. And usually boys want to emulate their father, even if they were really not there in their lives the way we would like to be. It's kind of natural. But needless to say, he was shot down. His first mix CD. He had everybody. T.I. marketed it geniusly. Hustle Gang. Shout out to T.I. Hustle Gang. Their marketing strategy was brilliant. They had some of the hottest. Everybody that was somebody in the game who had some numbers was on his album, his mix CD. And paid homage to T.I. and his movement. T.I. said that Doe B was going to be the Biggie Smalls of the South. He was blessed. He was fortunate to have a gift to freestyle, and he was hot, man. He was really hot. But once again, the past or things of the present slide and collide. Bah. And it removed him from this plane. And it's happening to too many of us. It's too many of us happened to. We got to think now. We should be conscious and see it. It's a fact that there's life in words. But if you don't believe it, just go ahead. Say what you want to say and wait. And wait and see. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I've experienced, what I've seen. I was around when Tupac was alive. I remember the controversy and the things people were saying backstage in that crossover rehearsal studios. People coming from New York, people coming from LA, right here to Atlanta. Talking about Tupac right there. I'm listening. Yeah. I'm like, dang, they talking about Pop? Yeah, that's how small the industry is. I couldn't believe some of the things that I was hearing, but it was real. It was actual facts. A couple of days later, Pac was shot. And I heard certain people talking about it. Right around me, right there, in the open, public rehearsal. It's people that, just because you feel a certain way, you can't expect for the whole world to agree with you or to, should I say, or disagree. I think we need to learn how to agree but disagree without taking it so hard. Well, I'm going to kill this dude. I'm going to shoot this dude. It's kind of dark, man. We're the most innovative, creativest people on the planet Earth. They want to dance like us, sing like us, rap like us in every language and every culture around the world. The only thing that we lack is We like unity, man. We could be the new Black Wall Street with the information and the money that's we've generated over the past 50 years, 40 years. With the resources and the knowledge and the access to this information, we could be a force, a really strong force around the world, just not right here in America, but around the world. We are a force around the world, but we could be stronger, more contained, and more structured, more disciplined. That's something that we need to work on as well. We need to work on uniting and agreeing to disagree. You might be a Blood, you might be a Crip, you might be GD. So what? That doesn't mean you got a war with that person because they have a different ideology or school of thought. It doesn't mean that at all. But you got people that are listening and putting their 2 cents in it and instigating. Oh man, did you hear what he said about DMX? Oh man, did you hear what he said about Drew Hill? Man, that was the biggest DMX record he did with Drew Hill. What the bitches want from there? Yeah, man. You know, it's all kinds of conversations merging. Let it roll off. One for your brother, what you want for yourself. That's how we gotta think. We gotta change the way we think. You're not in your neighborhood no more. When you get into the music business and you start traveling the world, you expand. Your career, your brand, everything is expanded. And it's reaching our youth. They all learning from us and watching. You wanna be known for killing Tupac? That's the best you can do? You want to be known for killing Nipsey Hussle? That's the best you can do? It's sad, man. When God created everything in our ecosystem with purpose and with a gift that supports that purpose. Look at the birds, look at the fish, look at the frogs. Everything has purpose and a gift that supports that purpose, that feeds and takes care of them. We're no different. You ain't got to be jealous of nobody. We don't have to take from each other and act like crabs in a bucket no more, man. Not with the knowledge that we have. Not the way things work. When you get comfortable in your own skin and you know who you are according to your higher power that created and altered everything in existence, you calm down and you relax and you become your restful self, your authentic self. When I work with artists, I don't try to take them out their elements. I listen and watch them and learn them and then implement what I see. But it's never to take them out of who they are naturally. That makes them uncomfortable. And the audience may not feel that. You know. But in the 90s, they kind of did that. Snoop was hot. I remember the record label telling me to rap like Snoop. I met him when he had one single out, 187 on Undercover Cop. But he was a real gangbanger. I met Lil Half there, bought some chronic from him in Long Beach. Mallory, she knew him. Mal, what's up? Snoop, what's up? Lil Half there, what's up? But they were doing real things. Snoop didn't emulate something he wasn't. He really was that guy. He really lived that life. He really was a gangbanger. He had an afro out to here. Super tall, standing on the block. I seen him myself. Seen him with my own eyes. I've been around him and seen him with my own eyes. And these guys, they had no choice to be killers. It's what they were bred around. It's what they had to navigate through. And to survive, you had to somehow become to switch and move. You can't just walk through these terrains with no weapons and no brains. But look at Snoop now. his wars he survived and made him wise. He ain't like no loose cannon running his mouth and talking all that tough stuff. Never hear Snoop talking that. Maybe on the record or two. You know, he may drop a single and talk greasy. But as far as trying to impress the ladies and trying to impress the promoters and his audience, you don't have to do that. He knows who he is. And I think that kind of happened to Pac. Pac started getting, he started feeling pressure. And the same with Thug. Young Thug's father, Big Jeff, he like an uncle to me. I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, stayed on Cleveland Avenue. You know, but I went to high school in Decatur. So I was DeKalb. Salute. So I was DeKalb High School. But Big Jeff, salute. Young Thugger, salute. The last time I seen him, I was getting back into society again. You know, showed me love. They showed me love. And I took my son with me. My son's an R&B singer, indie artist. He was in the studio, Thug's studio, hanging out, writing, cutting songs. But everything has its time and its place. Even though you feel that you want it to happen right then, you can't force it. You need to sit back, man, and meditate and pray and just trust the process. But don't be too greedy. Don't get too cocky. Because you're always going to meet your match. It's somebody always bigger and stronger than you are. And that was when we was kids, and it still is a road that pertains to everything else going on right now. So I just want to say thank y'all for stopping by. If y'all can, stop by the page, Intervision Podcast World Academy. I'm working on an online course on Teachable, and all it is just teaches you to come back to your authentic self. It just teaches you to come back to you, who God created you to be. Be your authentic self. Don't try to emulate something you see and you like, because it may not fit you very well. And I don't want to see nobody else shot down, man. We got to stop killing each other, brothers. There's so much anger and hatred towards our culture and our people. It's sad, man. We're very talented, but not very wise, man. And we come from a very solid and strong, supreme ancestry and long line of kings and queens with a very sophisticated civilization. There's no reason why we shouldn't be at a point now where we could agree to disagree and put down the guns. We just want to kill, just to kill things. That's kind of wicked. That's kind of evil. And I do understand that for every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction, and there's a right, there's a left, there's an up, there's a down, balance in the universe. So just like angels come and good people come, there are dark people that come and they're placed here for destruction. That's their purpose. But you have to ask yourself at some point, who am I? Who was I created to be? And if you have kids, you want to know who you are. You want them to know who they are. So you want to give them a name that they can live up to and they can respect. But the first institution that kids experience is family. The family is being brushed to the side and overlooked. We're chasing phantoms, cars and clothes, and, things that we can't even take with us. But it's normal, it's natural. I did it. And now I understand that I was distracted. I was young and lost. And a lot of young artists right now, they on the same path. I survived it. A lot of them won't. We gotta agree to disagree, brothers. Want for your brother what you want for yourself. He may dress in a different color, but that's your brother. That's your brother. Brothers and sisters, I'm signing off. Remember that 90s artist Apex Divine. And come back and join us, man. We need to have an open dialogue and discussion about this genocide, man. And changing the way we think. We need to start thinking about how we eat. We need to change the way we treat each other, man. It can be done. But it starts right here. Love y'all. Thanks for stopping by. Salute. Individual Podcast World Academy.